Chapter 5, Broken Chains. You have slain a dormant beast, Mountain King's larva. Sunny collapsed to his knees, completely breathless. His whole body, it felt like it had just been through a meat grinder. Even the lingering rush of adrenaline couldn't drown out the pain. But despite all of it, he was exhilarated. The satisfaction of killing the larva was so deep, so complete, that he didn't even care about the lack of a reward. No memory, the magical item sometimes given by the spell to triumphant awakened, had appeared. No weapon, no armor, not even a coat. 3 seconds, Sunny told himself. You can rest for 3 more seconds. The nightmare, after all, was far from over. Moments passed. He forced himself back to awareness and looked around, trying to make sense of what was left. The larva was dead. That part was good. But he was still chained to it, or rather, to the twisted tangle of iron and corpses it had left behind. The shifty slave and the scholar were both working frantically, pale and panicked, trying to untangle the chain and buy themselves a little freedom. Farther off, the ground was scattered with torn bodies, lifeless limbs, and blood-soaked snow. Some slaves were running for it, doomed. Fools. Sunny thought bitterly. They're just dooming themselves. He realized now, the chain had been broken at some point. That's why it had slackened earlier while he was being dragged. If only the locks weren't so sophisticated, he might have had a chance to escape completely. But they were each fixed to a unique link. Without the proper key, they weren't going anywhere. The tyrant, the Mountain King most likely, was still hidden behind the towering glow of the bonfire. But Sunny could feel it. He could feel its movements in the tremors beneath the stone, hear it in the screams of those still trying to survive. And now, something else caught his attention. Several mutilated corpses were starting to move. More larvae? Sunny's eyes went wide. One by one, 4 more bodies rose, grotesque and mutated, just as deadly as the first. The nearest was only meters away. Damn it all, he thought. Then weakly, I want to wake up. The strange clicking of bones filled the air. One of the beasts turned toward them, baring its fangs. Shifty fell backward, mumbling a prayer. Scholar froze. Sunny looked around desperately for a weapon. Nothing. Not even a stick. Gritting his teeth, he wrapped a length of chain around his knuckles and raised his fists. Come at me, you bastard. The creature lunged. But before it reached him, a blur of motion passed in front of Sunny's eyes. A sword flashed once, and the larva's head was gone. It fell. Dead. Sunny blinked. What was that? He turned his head. And there, standing calmly, not a speck of blood on his armor, was the same young soldier who had once offered him water. Calm, collected, and absolutely fearless. He is awesome, Sunny thought before catching himself. Poser. He's a poser. The soldier turned to face the other 3 larvae, but before charging he glanced back, right at Sunny. Without a word he pulled something from his belt and tossed it. Save yourself. Sunny caught it. A short iron rod, bent at the tip. It's a key. His pulse spiked. It's the key to the shackles. He dropped to one knee, frantically adjusting his wrists, trying to fit the key into the unfamiliar lock. After a few failed attempts, click, the cuffs fell away. The cold wind caressed his wrists. Sunny smiled. There was a dark gleam in his eye. Just you wait now. But before he could get too far into any revenge-fueled daydreams, boy, over here. Shifty was waving, trying to get his attention. Sunny hesitated, thought about ignoring him. But there was strength in numbers. And besides, for all his whining, Shifty didn't deserve to die like that. Sunny ran over and freed them both. Shifty immediately shoved him aside and did a little dance. Free at last. Gods must be smiling upon us. Scholar was quieter. He simply squeezed Sunny's shoulder and gave him a faint smile. The battle continued nearby. 2 of the larvae were already dead. The third was missing an arm but still trying to kill its opponent. The young soldier moved like a shadow, dodging, striking, surviving. What are you waiting for? Run. Shifty tried to make a break for it. Scholar caught him. My friend, I would. If you say advise again, I swear to the gods, I'll bash your head open. The 2 glared at each other. Scholar sighed. If we run, we'll die. Why? He pointed at the bonfire. Because without that fire, we'll freeze to death before the sun rises. Until morning comes, running is suicide. Sunny stayed quiet. He already knew that. He'd known it the moment the first larva fell. No matter how terrifying the Mountain King was, the bonfire was the only thing keeping them alive. Just as the broad-shouldered slave had said, may he rest in peace. The mountain would kill them if nothing else did. Shifty grumbled. So what? I'd rather freeze than be eaten alive. Or worse, turn into one of those things. But there was no conviction in his voice. Meanwhile, the last larva was dead. The soldier was gone, likely rejoining the fight on the other side of the platform, near the bonfire's heart. Scholar cleared his throat. The monster may be satiated, or defeated, or driven away. If we stay, we have a chance. But if we run, we're done. Shifty asked, so what do we do? Sunny didn't believe in any of those options. Mountain King wouldn't be satisfied, and the Imperials, no matter how strong they were, fighting a tyrant was a death sentence. If he wanted to live, he had to do something. Let's go take a look. Shifty stared at him like he'd grown a second head. Are you insane? You want to get closer? Sunny shrugged and started walking toward the monster.